Thank you, Unity Band. Wow, okay. Well, good morning, Faith and Megora to you. It's St. Patty's Day. I'm Reverend Sharon, and as I look out here, I just love all the green. You don't know if it's an MSU woo-woo party or, St. Patty's Day celebration. If you're with us for the first time, just know that we are so happy that you joined us here for our Friendship Sunday. Just see a lot of friends here, new faces and faces that I've known from before. And when you came in, we gave you a green gift. Thank you for it's green in that it's ecologically friendly. It's an LED light bulb. And also, there's a connection card if you'd like to get on our email list or leave any comments about today even. We're happy to read them. We are a prayer ministry. If you have not been here before, we have a prayer box over on the side there, and there's little slips. Put first names only. If you have any concerns or celebrations you'd like our prayer team to pray with you about, we'd be happy to do that for the next 30 days. If you'd like a little more interactive experience, we have a little prayer station over on that side of the room. So know that you are fully supported. And it's Women's History Month. It's really about a time where we learn history we weren't taught in school and learn to honor all those that have come before us to help make our life the way that it is. And with that, let's affirm our mission statement together. We spiritually awaken to our oneness with God, with each other, and with all creation. And this is really out of our vision where we see a world powerfully transformed through a growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Saying shared because we don't believe there is a right path, a wrong path, the correct path. We know there are many paths to that one presence and one power. So let us affirm together. The enlightenment of Buddha shines within us. The compassion of the Christ moves through us. The power of Jehovah strengthens and guards us. The presence of Allah surrounds and guides us. Wherever we are, the Tao is, and all is God. With that, I'd like to invite you to join with us in setting a consciousness and atmosphere as we sing in this very room. Greg Denning, top of the morning to you.
And to you as well. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, sweet spirit, is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, sweet spirit, is in this very room.
I just invite you to breathe in all that love and all that joy as we come together. You know, St. Patty's Day is an amazing holiday because all of a sudden everybody in the world feels a little Irish, a little time to have fun and connection with that. We do like to pray for our neighbors, those that are close to us and those all around the world. And what's on my heart this morning, in Nigeria, almost around 300 school children were kidnapped this week, and it's a very poor part of the country, and there's a ransom which they have no way of paying. They're not even eating 3 meals a day, many of these families, and so we hold all those kids in our heart, and we hold the kidnappers too, that their heart might be open and feel the love and the compassion for these dear young souls. Also in Texas, they've had some incredible wildfires down there that has actually eaten up all the grazing land for cattle, so the ranchers down there are having a bit of trouble. There's also things to celebrate, too. One of the things that got me excited this week was learning about Ukraine has opened an opera house in Kharkiv. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's below ground. They took a bunker because of all the bombings, but they were so missing the cultural, the ballet, the music, the opera, that they have done this underground bunker. And as the head of the opera, he said, it's a rainbow on the horizon. And so, you know, we have this, yeah, lovely. So let's just take a moment to close our eyes and just open up our hearts that we might hold that full gamut of the human experience. From those that are in pain, in bondage, under fire, to those that are touching that wonderful human creative spark in us that wants to entertain, that wants to enjoy, that wants to sing and wants to dance. We know that that presence of spirit is within each and every activity. So we hold our neighbors in our hearts, shrouding them with our love, with our light, supplying the strength that will carry them through whatever is in front of them right now. For this connection, for this love, and for the light that shines unabashedly, we say, thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Okay, now this is a little time to meet each other at the table. And on the table, you may notice there's these little, I call them Irish eyes. Because when you look through them, the world looks differently. So I'd like you to look at each other at the table with your Irish eye and share what you see. Now, Winnerly, the Irish eye is this thing. I think those little, there's one right behind you there. The other's a kazoo.
I can't see much of you.
But you see the light. You see the light.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Just think if all the differences changed so we could only see the light in each other.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it is.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Wow. Well.
You turn it around.
Wow.
Irish eyes. Irish eyes are smiling. I think that's an old song of the Ireland. Think everybody's seen enough light through their...
I don't know. Well, they're not looking at each other, Drew.
Oh, they're not looking. They're getting ready to play the kazoo.
Okay.
I know there's a want there. Okay.
Yep. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah. everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Good morning. I'm Stacy, your platform assistant for today, and we welcome Katz today as our signer. Unity's daily word today is prayer, inspired by the 46th Psalm, "Be still and know that I am God." In the revealing word, Unity's co-author or co-founder, Charles Fillmore, described prayer as the most highly accelerated mind action known. This awareness is our comfort and assurance as we release our worldly concerns and feel the presence of God. As we pray, we immerse ourselves in the silence so we can be still and know. From this place of deep communion, we relax and focus our attention on the divine ideas of life, love, wisdom, strength, and order, which are always ours to claim. As these spiritual truths flourish in our consciousness, thoughts of our troubles and worries fade from our minds. In the past, we may have believed prayer was a way of asking God for help and solace. Now we understand it as one of the best ways of helping and uplifting ourselves. Let us affirm together, I feel the presence and power of prayer. Margaret Mead, famous cultural anthropologist, also wrote about prayer. Ecologically minded, she advocated for prayer by stating that prayer does not use up artificial energy, doesn't burn up any fossil fuel, doesn't pollute. Neither does song, neither does love, neither does the dance. So let's not use up any artificial energy as we welcome the music of our Unity Choir under the direction of Deshaun Sneed.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you all so much. That was a song that helped me through a tough night in my life. Well, I thought I would see how brilliant you all were this morning. I have some little Irish riddles for you. So, when does a potato, which of course is very Irish, stop being Irish? You can shout out the answers. There, you got it. Okay, we'll get you in the swing. When they become French fries. Yeah. Okay, what Irish rock is as light as a feather? Shamrocks. Okay, some people are getting it there. Just go ahead and shout it out. There's no such thing as wrong. Why can't you iron a four-leaf clover? This is a little tricky. Because you don't want to press your luck. Okay, one more. How many gold coins can a leprechaun fit in an empty pot? Right, none or it wouldn't be empty. Yay, great. Okay, that gets us in the mood for this. So today we're finishing up a series on the 4 agreements, which probably a lot of you have read, even if you haven't been here before. The last one is about always doing your best. And we did our best with those riddles. Sometimes we get them right, sometimes we get them wrong, and that's all okay. We've been talking about, in the book, The 4 Agreements, talk about the Toltecs talk about dreams, that we have this kind of illusion of what the world is, and it's all colored by our illusion. And they mentioned that dream catchers, the story of the dream catcher is that the dream catcher catches all your nightmares and only the good dreams come through the hole in the middle, so that we kind of clean out those things that make us uncomfortable. And sometimes it doesn't catch all those things because we get caught up with these illusions that make us fearful and uncomfortable and feeling less than. But we have those good dreams that make it through. And I've had a dream for 17 years of, on my 76th birthday, I kept thinking about 76 trombones. So I'm making my dream come true today. I couldn't find trombones, but you all have kazoos. So I thought, in the spirit of me turning 76 and being St. Patty's Day, that we would just do a rip-rousing 76 trombones. So get up your kazoo. And the band's going to accompany us, so this is going to sound really, really good. Other way. Yay, that was wonderful. Dreams do come true. When was the last time you played a kazoo? Right? Yeah. Right up there with the tonette that they give the little kids to take home to start practicing music. It truly reminds me of being a child, just being able to be that noise and be in that kind of bouncy parade-type atmosphere, like having our own St. Patty's Day parade here. But between being a child and being an adult, something happens. Something happens, yeah, but keep asking about that. You look at children, they have so much fun with life. They laugh, they explore. If they need something, they just ask. There's no filter there that says, oh, maybe I shouldn't ask. Oh, maybe that's too much. Oh, maybe they wouldn't want to give me a hug or give me a cupcake or whatever that might be. They don't worry about the past or the future. They're just right in this moment, just enjoying it. And sometimes that's painful because for a child, if they don't have the toy right then, they don't have it ever because it's just in the moment. But there's still a great presence. They're not stuck in what happened a minute ago, yesterday, and they're not worried about what's going to happen in the future. Oh my God, what about kindergarten coming? Will I be able to make friends? This doesn't even enter the realm of possibilities. But as we get to be adulting, we have this little book of law that we have self-created. It contains our inner judge and our inner victim. We have really good guidelines for our inner judge and our inner victim because we have been taught. We've been taught how to dream according to the Toltecs. And we've been taught to do it properly. We've been taught that we're responsible for everybody else's happiness, for pleasing them, if you will. We've been taught that some things might be frowned upon. We've been taught, you fill in the blank, because we've all been taught that from different pathways. But essentially, it was like little bars to a cage setting in front of us from living our full potential. Always judging ourselves. Am I doing this properly? Am I hurting somebody's feelings? What about tomorrow? What about yesterday? Maybe they're still angry with me, disappointed in me, whatever that scenario might be. If you go to the Holy Scriptures, like Jesus said, be as little children. He didn't mean literally to be as little children. He meant to have that wonderful exuberance, that excitement about meeting new people, that curiosity to try something different. In Buddhism, they call it the beginner's mind, about being teachable, about having an open mind as opposed to that little closed box where we have all the answers and we have nothing left to learn. Boring, really boring, becomes very stagnant water stinks. I think our mind does the same thing if it becomes stagnant, if you will. So the 4 agreements to me is about rewriting this book, maybe getting rid of even our inner judge and critic. I would love to do that. So you kind of think of the 4 agreements as a code of ethics. It's about your values, the way that you really want to live to be your authentic self. So being impeccable with our word was the first one, that knowing that what we say has an impact. And scientifically, we know that when we voice something, there's a vibration that gets set out into the universe. Just think every word that was ever spoken is like the sound, the song even, of the universe, all of our collective voices. What are they saying? Those moments of anger have just as much vibration as those moments of love and joyful singing, whatever that might be. And then don't take anything personally. I have my sign here to remember. So that when people criticize you, when people criticize me, it's all about them. Because remember, they're seeing through their illusion, they're seeing through their dream. And then when I criticize somebody, it's all about me. Because I'm seeing them, it's like, that little kaleidoscope thing we looked at, we get distorted vision. Maybe we only see light, which would be a wonderful way, but it's distorted. Our dream certainly distorts things. It's like that smoky mirror that we don't see the truth of what's going on. And then last week we talked about make no assumptions. And I don't know about you, but from the moment I left service, I found myself making assumption after assumption after assumption. I mean, that's a really hard one. We're so ingrained to just assuming because it's easier than asking. See, be like the little children. Go ahead and ask. If you don't know, ask. It's just so easy to make those assumptions, make up our stories, because it all fits into our dream catcher. It fits into our smoky mirror vision, if you will. So the 4th step is really the action step, to always do your best, no exceptions. Do the best that you can. So always do your best to be impeccable with your word. Doing your best does not mean that you're perfect, but it means that you're trying to do your best. Always do your best not to take things personally. On good days, I'm really good at that. There are some days that maybe not so good, where I'm really sensitive and everything the world has to be about me, right? You ever have those days? It's all about you. And do your best not to make assumptions. And like I said, I think this is the hardest one because it's our shortcut. The computer takes little shortcuts that fills in the words for you when you're texting. Doesn't always get it right. My daughter was threatening to keep a whole lock of what I've sent to her because some of them are so funny how they turn out. So knowing that always doing our best will vary depending on who we're with, depending on our emotional state at the time, depending on the events, depending on the time of day, depending on where the stars are in the sky. It's not a straight line. It's a multidimensional line, but always trying to do our best. And I got thinking about, there's a little thing that goes around on the internet every now and then about friends, and I think that there's 3 kinds of friends, and knowing that all of our friends always are trying to do their best. And so the thing on the internet talks about friends come into their life for either they come in for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Those that come in for the reason, it might be a short time that they're in our life, but it seems for some reason we needed to meet them right then, and then we carry on. And others come in for a season. Think about who you went to high school with, or maybe who you're working with. They're in a certain section of our life. And then there are others that are with us our whole lifetime. We may not see them all the time, but we know we can call them at any time. We think about them just randomly. They're integrated into our life. You know, and even in church, in our community here, we have the same thing. And knowing that reasons people come, it's always about doing their best. That some people stop by for a reason. Some of you came today because it's Friendship Sunday, and it's such a joy to have you. Other times, something has just happened in somebody's life, and they come in, and maybe they come in for 1 or 2 Sundays, and then it's their time to move on to whatever other thing that is calling to them. Other people stop by for a season, and I've seen this happen so many times that there's a real need in a community, and somebody shows up with the skill and the interest or the passion, and they're here for a while, and then it completes. You know, and they're called to do another thing. And then there are those of us that stop by for a reason, and pretty soon we find out it's a season, and next thing you know, we've evolved to this is our lifetime, connection within our community. It just weaves itself within our life. But no matter, people will say, why isn't so-and-so coming? I haven't seen this person for a while. And knowing that we each have our ways of doing our best within community, as well as doing best as individuals, and to really be able to just accept people where they are, wow, it just takes so much pressure off. It takes so much should've or could've or all those other things off. That inner judge and critic just kind of finds itself unemployed, if you will. Do you remember the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks and Wilson, the volleyball? If by some reason you haven't seen the movie, Tom Hanks is a FedEx employee who is on this airplane that crashes over the water, and he's the only person that survives, and he washes up on this island in the middle of no place, and he's left there all alone for 4 years. He makes friends with a volleyball. That's Wilson, and that's who he talks to really kind of keep his sanity. And finally, he decides he needs to do something to get off this island. He can't stay there forever. He builds a raft. He gets rescued. He goes back to his life, goes back to normal, which, of course, everything has changed. It's 4 years later. And relationships have changed. People have changed. And when he steps back into the FedEx office, this woman asked him what it was like being on this island all alone. And he said that he really felt powerless, that he had all these questions in his head. When will somebody find me? When will I die? How will I find food? Is my girlfriend waiting for me someplace? Does anybody know that I'm here? You can imagine all the questions when all of a sudden you're cut off from all connection with humanity. It's just you and the island. You and the island. And then he says, the way he survived, this is what he did. He was determined to follow this plan. Keep breathing. That answers one question. I'm still alive. Go to sleep at night and wake up in the morning. That's all that he could be sure of. And he did his best that he could in doing those 3 things he set for himself. So when I say always doing your best, it's not about being perfect. It's about doing the best that we can at this point in life, doing the best we can. So for us, we can keep breathing. We can know that things will change. If it's something we love, that too will change. If it's something that's uncomfortable, that too will change. And keep breathing. Really, that's doing our best. Breathing, staying through it, and breathing. Doing our best at that. And what happens is, doing our best keeps becoming better. We get better and better at it. We really do. It's not about being perfect. It's about the progressive chart of our growth. Ernie Lawson, he's written a few books. He's a very talented man, psychologist and stuff. And he had this dream that unfortunately made it through the dream catcher. And it was about his relationship with his father. And he always felt very competitive. And as a kid, his father had this cement business. And if his father carried 1 bucket of cement over to the job site, Ernie would make sure he carried 2. If his father carried 2, he had to carry. One time even, he made a yoke so he could carry 4 buckets over. Now, you can imagine this kind of competition. Yeah, big muscles there, Jim, yeah. Kind of competition. The thing of it was, his dad didn't set up the competition. Ernie had this in his own mind. In his own mind, the nightmare, the illusion he was getting was, I'm not good enough, I can't measure up to expectations, and his dad had none. You know, and this is not uncommon. I remember my daughter saying to me one time, and she was like about 8, about how much pressure I put on her to get good grades. And I said, Dallas, I don't care if you get good grades. I just want you to do your best. Do your homework. You know, study for the test. It's not about being perfect on the test. It's about doing those things that are yours to do to the best of your ability. And when I told her that, there was almost like an exhale of, oh, where did that pressure come from? I mean, all internal. And we all have these. We all have this illusion of what we think other people's expectations of us are. Right? Okay, so as we go through life, there are things that are uncomfortable. And sometimes we want that magic key, that whoosh, it's over, whoosh, I'm through it, that I have this silicone Teflon suit on that protects me from feeling discomfort. And there's a story that one time this man who was really wanting to transcend life suffering, he went to this master teacher, and he said, Teacher, what do I need to do to rise above suffering? He said, if I meditate 4 hours a day, will I be able to alleviate suffering in my life? How long will it take me? And the master said to him, probably about 10 years. Being a very efficient businessman, he said to the master again, well, okay, so what about if I do it 8 hours a day? How long will it take me? The master said, 8 hours a day, probably 20 years. He goes, 20 years? Why, if I put more into it, would it take me longer to achieve what I want to achieve? And the master said to him, you're not here to sacrifice your joy or life. You are here to be happy and to be loved. Do your best, and perhaps you'll discover that no matter how long you meditate, you can still live, and you can still love, and you can still be happy. That's the thing about doing our best. Not to achieve, but to live. To live with all its many different facets. More facets than in the Irish eye, if you will. Now, one of the ways to help us do this is to make whatever action we're taking become a ritual. And just to get this down to basics, sometimes when we talk about transcending and improving our life and always doing our best, we get kind of high and mighty, right? These really wonderful goals. But let's take it down to reality. Can you do your best when you're taking a shower? I heard something the other day that said, when you take a shower, do you wash your feet? I don't always. And then I thought, my poor feet. I mean, figure you're getting wet, you're getting the soapy water, getting rinsed off. That was good enough. And it made a big difference to go down and actually start blessing my feet, washing them. How about, do you do your best when you're brushing your teeth? I'm doing much better. I got a new toothbrush now that if I brush, it tells me every 30 seconds, to go on. And if I brush for 2 minutes, I get a happy face. I cannot tell you what joy it gives me to get a happy face. It tells me I've done my best. And it even gives you a little light in case you're pressing too hard. Sometimes, even though we're doing our best, we try too hard on that. How about doing your best at calling a friend? I mean, how many times have we thought, I should give so-and-so a call, and we don't, right? We put it off. We figure they'll always be there. Or how about getting your best when you're driving? I mean, I think we all try to do our best, unless we're in a hurry. You know what I mean? Oh, it's only a suggested speed limit. I need to get there faster, so yeah. When we practice, our practice is imperfect. That's what we call practice, right? And the imperfect becomes less and less imperfect until we really gain a skill that transforms us. Not because we've achieved this level of brushing our teeth, but because of the process of always allowing ourselves to stretch a little bit more, to discover a little bit more, to make mistakes a little bit more, There's a great internal growth that happens when we can be like little children and just enjoy it for the pure sense of just enjoying it. Then we start creating new dreams for ourselves. We have, how about the inner cheerleader instead of the inner judge? Yeah, I'd like an inner cheerleader. It says, go Sharon, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, you can get through this, keep breathing, that's all you need to do, just keep breathing. And creating the new dreams that are really ours, not something that we have made up and superimposed from the world that we imagine out there, which is our illusion. We've created all those stories for it. So the action agreement, doing our best means taking action. Isn't that simple? Breathe. Yeah, take action. Just do that thing. And yeah, you're going to risk making mistakes, and that's okay. That is perfectly okay. Not even, I would even say it might be desirable. You know, too many times even raising kids, we don't allow them to fail. But failure is where we learn. We learn lots of ways not to do things. And it's fun. How many of you have ever done something, especially with a friend, and it was an absolute disaster, and you just laugh yourself silly? I mean, it's so much fun to laugh at ourselves, our humanity, of our efforts, and how it comes out. You know, there's that thing, Nailed It. They show you the great things on, yeah. You know, and you try to make the cake like that, or you try to make the craft like that, and you go, oh, yeah, they must have left out some steps. And there's a great sense of freedom just to be able to try, to be able to play, to be able to live life, if you will. And that's so much like our unity principles. I mean, we know up here, one power, one presence. There's only one presence. God is love, as light, however words you want to use. We're part of the one, so we have to have that within us too. We know that our thoughts, that vibration, create, that our prayers are effective. All of this is wonderful to know and means nothing until we get to that fifth principle, which says to live it. We need to be the best expression of all those things we know that we can be. It should be perfecting, not perfection. It's not a goal to meet. It's that evolutionary process of going through it. Just like we say here at church, we're not a mistake-free church, but we're a blame-free church. I get to model making mistakes all the time. I mean, yeah. So we can think of ourselves as we're not a mistake-free individual. We are simply a work in progress. And with that, I'd like to take you into a time of meditation. If you just take a moment, make yourself comfortable in your chair. It might be a little bit longer meditation this morning. When you have your hands free and unencumbered, and just breathe. You do that so well, just breathing. And in your mind's eye, allow yourself to vision yourself. It's a beautiful sunny day. You're walking by a river. Oh, such a delightful sound. You can feel the warmth, you can smell the greenness all around you. And as you're taking this walk, this beautiful walk, you come across a man sitting by the side of the river, sitting there like in a meditation. But what you notice about him, he has these colors coming out of his head. Beautiful colors radiating from his head. And you didn't want to bother him, but you're just so curious about what's happening. You tap him on the shoulder gently, and he looks up and said, how do you have those colors radiating from your head? He said, one day I came upon a man on this river, and I asked him the same question, and this is what he did. He reached into his heart and pulled it out, and inside his heart was this flame, this beautiful flame of love. And he took that and reached into my chest and put the flame in me. And as he did, that warmth began to move through my whole body. I found myself resonating with love, every single atom and fiber of my being, until it spilled out beyond me. There was so much. And so I sent that love to the trees all around me. And they took it, and then they loved me back. And so that feeling kept growing until I reached out to the flowers, the grasses all around me, to every living creature. And as I sent them this beautiful light and love, they too loved me back. And then I saw the rocks and the crystals, and I sent them the love. I sent them the energy, them the light. They too loved me back. It was so magnificent. I was so full. I was so connected that I went beyond this world to the waters beyond the earth, till the water lit up. The whole world was alight. And I moved out into the cosmos, sending my light and love to every star, every sun, every moon, every planet. They received it and loved me back. And this was so powerful, so moving, that I sent it to every human on this planet, that spark of light within their heart. So now in the story, this man sitting by the river takes that flame, that light from his heart, and places it within yours. And you feel that warmth filling your body, extending beyond your physicality, as it fills this room and goes out and loves the trees and the grass and the birds and the water, moves out to the entire universe. And as you let it go, it comes rushing back as everything in this universe loves you, accepts you, just the way you are, perfecting, growing, most of all living and loving. And so we affirm our deep gratitude for this life experience. We affirm our deep gratitude for the courage to always do our best without judgment, but with full enjoyment, without criticism, but steeped in love. And so it is. Amen.
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living. We are living. We are living in the heart of God. We are living. We are living. We are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through in the trees, and the green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. The songbirds singing to the honey bees, living in the heart of God. We are living. We are living. We are living in the heart of God. We are living. We are living. We are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, the moon makes love to the setting sun. The stars come twinkling one by one. the soul to the Spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of
Breathe that in. Okay, so spiritual practice for the week. Do your best in spreading your love and receiving the love that comes back. One little public service announcement, there was a suggestion made that it might be fun to have a picture of those wearing green. So after service, if you're so moved, come on up here on the podium and we'll get a green shot, as you will, because we are an Earth Care community. And with that, I get to invite the choir back up here. Yes, conserve energy again. Sing, it doesn't use any fossil fuels.
Come on, you guys, you gotta have room for one soprano. One little soprano.
I don't want that microphone to leave.
Everybody and sing.
Thank you, choir. Now is the time we create a sacred circle of generosity by sharing of the blessings that we have received. We know that the gift we give is not a debt we owe. It is a seed we sow from a consciousness of abundance. If you are donating by check or cash, please place your gift in the glass jar on the table. If you donate electronically or by other means, take a moment to place your hand over the jar or your heart, or you can use one of the affirmation tokens. We bless our gifts as we share of our love and our treasure by affirming together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I praise, give thanks, and am glad. Entering the circle of generosity, we thank everyone for their continued generosity of support of unity through many channels, electronically, by mail, and in person. Our circle of generosity includes acts of gratitude for these many gifts by sharing of our gifts with others. You voted to share our tithes this quarter with Share a Bike, which is an organization that repairs bikes and distributes them at no charge to immigrants and others in need of transportation. Let's continue our blessing by singing together, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Derek, would you like to come and join me? Let us take a moment to deeply immerse ourselves in gratitude by collectively blessing the gifts received on your table. Derek, would you like to lead us in the blessing?
Given in
Love,
Received in love, we dedicate these gifts to do the will and the work of Holy Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Today, following service, is our ninth, no, that's old. Yep, we don't have those. Okay. Today, following service,
It's on the screen.
we have our euchre and games today. This is, we're needing a team leader for this, for it to continue. So if you're willing to do that, please see Reverend Sharon. And if not, this may be the last time for this session of it. You could also see Maggie. Everybody is welcome to stay and play games if you would like. What do we got coming up next?
Are you changing?
What's our next thing? Okay, we're doing renovations in the activity room and the bathrooms in there. Due to painting and dust and everything, we're going to put plastic over the library books this week. So if you have any library books that you would like to take out, please get that today, because it'll probably be, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks or so before we will have the library open again. Nan, did you have an announcement?
I think she's got, is there a slide on it?
Okay,
I think there's an Easter slide coming up, but.
okay. So we currently have going the first Friday lunch bunch. And some people that work, of course, got the idea of having an evening lunch group. So that is going to, the first meeting on that is going to be Wednesday, March 27th, meeting at 6 o'clock. And this is at McAllister's Deli on Lake Lansing Road. This is a no-host lunch, so everybody pays for their self. It is helpful if you could contact Maggie Bishop. Her number is there on the screen. If you're going to come so that she can make reservations. But if you're available at the last moment, please come and join the group. And one of the things they're going to do, besides have a nice dinner, is to come up with a name for themselves. So get involved with that. And what else we got going? Okay, so Easter Sunday, we have special things going, and that's only 2 weeks from today. And did you have some announcements on that, Nan?
The last few years, we've been doing an Easter brunch following the sunrise service. It is a very specific breakfast, and so there would be things like quiches, egg bakes, scones, sausage, and so therefore I have a list so we know what's coming in, and it's a really nice time to get together. There's usually maybe 6 tablefuls, but we'd love to see more come. So join us early in the morning, and it's a delightful time to gather.
Thank you, Nan.
Where's the sign-up going to be? Where's that going to be?
Oh, on the table with all the snacks.
Yep.
Okay.
So check that out. All this information is on the website, so you can look it up. And also we have the information on our board over here. We have booklets over here by our credenza. Check all that out. Yes, CJ?
I also want to add, upstairs, 9:30, we're going to do the egg decorating. Come on in. Last year we had quite a collection of beautiful eggs of different varieties. We want to kind of get a wider collection this year.
Okay, so that is after the sunrise service and the breakfast, 9:30, our Sunday adult learning time. That's what they're going to do, egg decorating on Easter Sunday. Any other announcements? No? Okay. So as a conclusion to our service today, if you can stand and join around a circle. This is cold and flu season, so check with your neighbor that you're standing next to if you want to hold hands or just support each other standing next to each other. And we will conclude our service by singing together the peace song, followed by the prayer of protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the hope and town. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.